What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Here in today's video, I'm going to be doing my NBA play-in predictions. I'm going to do all of the first play-in game predictions, and then I'll have another video of the last two play-in games, and then I will do my full-on playoff bracket prediction. So we'll be talking about 4 games, 2 that are going on today. And, yeah, I'm very excited for the playoffs. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below what y'all want me to do. I'm going to be doing a lot of playoff videos. Yeah, let's just go ahead and hop right into it. We'll start off with the first game of today. The Miami Heat versus the Charlotte Hornets at Charlotte. This game is at 5:30 my time. You'll have to check what time that is for y'all, but looking at the odds, it's 73.4% Charlotte versus 26.6 Miami. The Hornets have been very, very good the last second half of the season. Miami, on the other hand, has not been playing good recently. I think you should take the 3-1 Miami winning the series with a grain of salt. I don't really think this matters that much. I feel like the Hornets have been just playing a lot better. Like, you kind of look at like when they started doing good, and that's they only lost by 8, and then they won by 30 points, the most recent matchup, and that's the matchup that matters the most because that explains how they've been playing recently. I think no matter what happens, if they lose this game, or if they lose their second play-in game, or if they get swept in the first round, I feel like Charlotte fans should be extremely happy with the season they've had. This team has such a young, bright future, especially in the East, with the East that's not that great. I think they've got a very bright future, and I think they'll definitely be in a guaranteed playoff spot next year. We'll go ahead and look at their roster here. Concanapple has been absolutely incredible this year. He's been so good. He's averaging 18 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 47% from field goal as a rookie. He might be Rookie of the Year, him and Cooper Flagg, one of the two. He's averaging 24 points against Miami this season, 45% from 3 against Miami, and 50% field goal. He's been incredible for them. LaMelo is obviously LaMelo. 20 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists. Not a crazy year for LaMelo, but it doesn't have to be a crazy year for LaMelo like it had to be in other seasons, because he actually has help. He has a healthy Brandon Miller. He obviously has Concanapple. They've got a solid roster. They got Kobe White in the trade. He's been a good 6-man for them. I really feel like let's see here. Let's take a look at Brandon Miller here. He's averaging 20 points, 4 rebounds, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists, 43% from field goal range. I feel like the Hornets have just been so hot recently. I feel like unless Bam has a 83-point game like he did earlier in the season, it's going to be hard for them to win this game, because it's just like, I don't know, like, I feel like the Hornets are just so much better than the Heat right now. I feel like it's pretty unlikely, to be completely honest, that the let's see, let me try to close out of these. I think it's pretty unlikely that the Heat win this game. I really can't see them winning this game. I would be shocked if they win this game tonight. I'm very excited for this game. I really hope the Hornets make it into a first-round playoff matchup against the Pistons. But I'm going Hornets. I just don't think the Heat have it in them. Their roster's just not good enough, and the Hornets are just playing so much better. I have a feeling the Charlotte crowd is going to go crazy. I can't remember the last time they've had a home play-in or playoff game. So yeah, I'm going Charlotte with this game. Moving on to the second matchup of today, the night game, the Phoenix Suns versus the Portland Trailblazers. Phoenix have the home spot. No matter who loses this game, they get another chance because this is the 7 versus 8 matchup. Winner of this game moves on to play the San Antonio Spurs. Loser will play the winner of Clippers versus Warriors, and the winner of that game will go on to play my OKC Thunder. The Suns, 60% favorites compared to 40 from the Trailblazers. Looking at the regular season, it was 2-1. Suns won the regular season matchup. 127 to 110, 130 to 125, and a low scoring 92 to 77. The Suns have had that 7 seed locked up for a while now, but the Trailblazers have been a very, very solid team here recently. And as a Thunder fan, I think we're going to sweep any of the 4 teams we could end up playing, but I would rather play any of the other 3 over the Trailblazers just because of how they've been playing recently. They've just been a very solid team. Don't let Denny Avdia get hot. If he's getting to the free throw line as much as he does, he's hitting his shots. He's hard to stop. A first-time All-Star this year. You got a 6'8" point guard. He's averaging 24 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists. He's been very, very good this year. It seems that he has been struggling big time against the Suns, though. Not even 10 points, not even 3 assists. But I think if you have the guys like Dylan Brooks, if he's strapping up Denny Avdia, I think it's going to be hard for them to win this game. Dylan Brooks has took a massive step up from last year to this year. He's been so much of a better player, and I think it's the big thing for the Suns is defense in this game, because you don't want the Trailblazers to get hot. You don't want them to get going. My boy Chris Youngblood on the Trailblazers was on the Thunder for half of this year. But you don't want to get Denny Avdia hot because that wouldn't be good. But I think the Suns are really going to kind of strap them up. Dylan Brooks, big step up. Booker's hitting his 3-pointers. I think the Suns are better well-rounded. I think this game is a toss-up, but I do think the Suns will win this game. And I've got Suns moving on to play the San Antonio Spurs. Now we will move on to the games tomorrow. All right, so we've got the games tomorrow. We've got the 76ers versus the Magic. A very even matchup percentage-wise and matchup predictor on ESPN. 55% Philly and 44% Orlando. This game is in Philadelphia. Let's go ahead and look at the regular season. 2-1 Philly won, 136 to 124, and then a huge Magic blowout, 144 to 103. I wonder who played in that game. And then 103 to 91, 76ers won. So this game is weird. The 76ers don't have Embiid. If they make it to the first round, they might not have Embiid the entire first round. So they're going to be playing the play-in and possibly playoffs without Embiid probably. Their roster is Tyrese Maxey and VJ have done incredibly good this year, but they don't have depth at all. They pretty much gave us Jared McCain for free. They've got Paul George, VJ, and Tyrese Maxey, and then it's kind of just I don't know. You've got guys like Barlow and Kelly Oubre that have had to step up a ton. 32-year-old Andre Drummond that's had to step up at center with the Embiid injuries. Like, their depth is just really bad. Quentin Grimes, he's had to step up a lot this year. Just guys that, wouldn't really play most of the time have had to step up a lot, and that's not really because of injuries. They just, some injuries, but they just don't have depth at all. Tyrese Maxey, when he was healthy this year, has been incredibly good. He's been doing decent lately. 28 points a game, 5th in the NBA, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 46% from field goal. He's been very good this year, but this game's very even because they're both kind of like teams that have struggled this year. The Magic have been so inconsistent all year. Paulo Banchero has not had a great year. He's not developed like the Magic wanted him to this year. Suggs has been good when he is healthy. How do I get off of this? What did I just do? Suggs has been good when he's healthy. Franz hasn't been healthy much, but he's been good. But the problem with the Magic is they just lost to the Celtics. They just lost to the Celtics G League team pretty much. None of their starters were playing. Some of their bench guys weren't even playing. They lost to the Celtics B team and G League players. And everyone on the Magic was playing. So if they would have won that game against a B League Celtics team, they would have had this home game. So, I kind of want to go to the Magic, but, they just lost to a B team Celtics team. The 76ers, they don't have Embiid. Their depth hasn't been good. I'm not going to lie, this is kind of the matchup of mid. They're both inconsistent teams, and this game could definitely go either way. I think I am going to go with the Magic, though. And I'm not confident with that pick at all. Tyrese Maxey could take the game over, and they could win and cook, but they just don't really have depth. And I think the Magic, if they're not playing like they did against the Celtics B League team, I think they can be a pretty solid team. They're fully healthy except for Jonathan Isaac and Howard, and then the Sixers, except for Embiid, are pretty much healthy. So, it's a 50-50 for sure in this game, but I think I'm going to go with the Magic to move on to play the Boston Celtics in the first round of the playoffs, and then the 76ers will have to have their second chance in the play-in. Next up, a winner moves on to a second play-in. The loser is eliminated. The Clippers versus the Warriors. This is a very good 9 versus 10 matchup. Kawhi Leonard, it's just crazy. We're in 2026, and it's Steph and Curry and Kawhi Leonard are in the play-in tournament and the last seed in the play-in tournament. It's just crazy. How quick things change, but a very, very good play-in matchup. You got Steph versus Kawhi in a play-in game. Loser goes home. Kawhi or Curry are going to be going home very early, which is just crazy to think about. The Clippers are winning the series 3-1. I'm not going to really look at that too closely. The Warriors have dealt with so many injuries. The Warriors, they're not fully healthy. They're not insane, but they wouldn't be a 10 seed if they had Butler. If they were fully healthy and you had Curry, Draymond, Butler, Kristaps, all healthy and playing together, this team would be very solid and they would have a guaranteed playoff spot. So fully healthy, I think the Warriors could be good next year, but I don't even know if they're going to keep it much of those guys. Moody also got injured. We're going to see what they do. Do they keep that same squad they've got and see how they do fully healthy with that squad? Or do they kind of just blow everything up in Golden State? Same with the Clippers. The Clippers did do a smart move. They traded older James Harden for a young Darius Garland, who's going to help them in the future. They also traded Zubac away, so we're going to see kind of how the Clippers, just kind of what their route is next year. I feel like next year is 100% going to be a rebuild unless Kawhi sends them to the Western Conference semis or something like that. I think, it's kind of they're in rebuild mode. I feel like, already this season they kind of are, but it's showing 65% Lakers, 35% Warriors. I mean, Curry, they're the 10th seed. They're going to have to play 2 away play-in games to make the playoffs. It's very possible Curry can carry them and lead them to the playoffs. I wouldn't be surprised if he does that. Curry can lead this bad Warriors team, and a team that has not been good. Curry can lead them there if, I believe that he can. I don't know if they can though. Like I believe that he can do that, but it's just so hard to do. You're gonna have to play the Clippers at Los Angeles, and then if you win this game, then you have to play the loser of Suns versus Trailblazers. So it's a very hard path for the Warriors to make it to the playoffs, and if they do, they're just gonna get swept by my Thunder. So, I would like to. Imagine this team goes for Giannis in the offseason. Something like that would just be crazy. But they've just had so many guys that have had to step up. It's insane the amount of two-way players and G League players that have had to step up for the Warriors this year with the injuries. I won't be surprised if Curry gets it done, but I don't think he will. I'm going with the Clippers. I think Kawhi takes care of business at home, and they move on to a second play-in game where maybe they win and move on. So, with all that being said, those are my first 4 play-in game predictions. Heat versus the Hornets, I'm going with the Hornets. The Trailblazers versus the Suns, I'm going with the Suns. The Magic versus the 76ers, I'm going with the Magic. And I don't know what happened there, but the Clippers versus Warriors, I'm going with the Clippers. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to do another video recapping these 4 games when they're done and making predictions for the last 2 play-in games. And I'll make a video on that. And then after that, those games, the playoffs will be set, and I will make my playoff bracket predictions. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.